Hi, tonight we're going to talk about consciousness. Thanks to science and spirituality, we are starting to see the universe and our life as a holograph, with every moment and every bit of the universe containing the whole. The universe is not separate from us because it is flowing through our mental and physical existence. We are united with the universe in the same way our feet are attached to our legs, body, and mind. Look around at the patterns in nature, where small parts are connected to larger segments, and in time, where periods of time are combined in history, cause and effect. Everything is connected in a web, interlinked with energy and information in a single consciousness. In this consciousness, we are linked non-locally, free from the restrictions of space and time. Our life includes everything, but we spend most of our time in our mind, so are not aware of our wholeness. In the mind and body, on the surface, we see separation, each with a unique quality. But in consciousness, we are connected. We are like waves looking at another wave as detached, but we are interdependent and one connected to the one ocean of consciousness. Spiritual practice is looking not on the surface, but deep within our soul to experience this oneness. Jesus said, "I and the Father are one." Black Elk said, "Peace will come to the hearts of men when they realize their oneness with the universe." It is everywhere. It is within each one of us. Eckhart Tolle says, "The ultimate truth of who you are is not I am this or I am that, but I am." Rumi said, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." Jesus believed in the unity of everything in the Father, that everything together is God. So he showed us the way how to realize our oneness with everything in consciousness. This unity is the final goal of almost all religions, so we will all realize this oneness sometime. We are waves in the ocean of consciousness, each of us with our own personality and skills. But when we dive deep in the consciousness, we experience being together as one. This experience is beyond the exterior, where we see the consciousness of the soul in every form. This formless perception of consciousness is beyond the beauty of the different structures externally, because we see ourselves in all forms internally. Therefore, there is no use comparing, contrasting, and judging others, because they are us. It is a consciousness that pervades and lies beneath the surface, the interior manifestation, not the exterior, that brings us all together in one dimension. Sri Ramakrishna said, "In a potter's shop, there are vessels of different shapes and forms, pots, jars, dishes, plates, etc. But all are made of one clay." So God is one, but in worship in different ages and climes, under different names and aspects. Mahatma Gandhi said, "I believe in the absolute oneness of God, and therefore of humanity. What though we have many bodies? We have but one soul. I know God is neither in heaven nor down below, but in everyone." We are drawn irresistibly to the various forms, so have been steered away from the one consciousness that is inside us. Therefore, we don't see the unity of all things, so we suffer, hurt others and ourselves. Our mind sees many different bodies and personalities, so it compares, contrasts, and judges them. But when we fall in love, we see the same consciousness in that person or others that we love in ourselves. This one consciousness flows through us and connects us all in spirit. We just need to experience it. We can spend our whole life trying to unite with consciousness, but if we focus on love, we discover the joy of oneness and return to the state of universal consciousness now. This is where we see this consciousness shining in the eyes of others, and we feel compassion if they are suffering. Actually, there are no others because we are them, encountering ourselves from different perspectives. Mahatma Gandhi said, "The final goal of all religions is to realize the essential oneness." Sadhguru says, "You do not have to raise your consciousness. You have to raise yourself to find access to it." An Australian Aboriginal proverb is, "We are all visitors to this time, this place. We are just passing through." Our purpose here is to observe, to learn, to grow, to love, and then return home. We are the infinite pure consciousness that is everywhere, having an experience as a human being. God is not separate from us because He is inside us, and in the end, the totality of everything. God is at peace inside us as a word that describes an experience, similar to energy, not a noun. If we think of God as a person, place, or thing, we are restricting, regulating, and controlling God, separating Him from us so He or she is limited. Man-made religions do this so they find fault with other religions, while spiritual people experience consciousness everywhere. So because it is everywhere, it is not a destination. Particular points or positions exist, but our mind exists when we go beyond the mind. Reality is formless, an all-pervading field of energy, a consciousness that is infinite. We are connected to this whole, and this consciousness is our environment inside and out. In fact, we are this environment, and this consciousness is us. Paramahansa Yogananda said, "When cosmic consciousness comes into the realm of matter, into each of the atoms that make up the planets and island universes, or islands of the universe, and the different forms of plant, animal, and human life, that consciousness is called Christ consciousness." Sadhguru says, consciousness is not a bunch of thoughts or a certain level of understanding. Consciousness is a dimension that is beyond our physicality. Thank you.